Hello. This is Lizardon. I figured since a lot of people keep asking me about the game, um, I figured I'd make a guide for glitchless. I might do regular 80%. I don't know. I'll think about it. But so we'll just start. Um, so this is no glitches. Surprisingly, there are not a lot of glitches, but there's a couple. Um, um, there's actually a skip. There's a skip to skip the intro cutscene where like Bucky's talking on the beach. So just remember to not do that because sometimes I accidentally do that in a glitchless run and I don't realize until like 10 minutes later. So we just want to mash the. Uh, I use controllers. It's a square button for me. I think it's the E button if it's keyboard or mouse. You can keep walking during the cutscene. Open the door, please. So, doing the triple jump is actually slightly faster than just running, like only very slightly. And also doing two jumps instead of the three is actually slower than running. So, kind of want to make sure you do all three. So we're doing Walter first. So do a jump here. So it just makes it easier. Do the three jumps. So we want to fail his game, so we have to, only the first time, we have to press this button to trigger the lights out to happen. The lights out can happen at random. That's actually very good. There's been times where like it takes like over a minute to get the first lights out. Like it's kind of ridiculous. Um, and during the black, you still want to keep mashing because uh, each layer is its own level in Unreal, if that makes sense. So all the mini games and the overworld, like the island, is the same level. So Bucky is just teleporting to the mini games. So because it's still technically gameplay, it's not the game loading to a separate area. It'll still count. Um, if you keep mashing the dialogue, it will count even though you're not in front of Walter. Which, by the way, don't do that if you're doing, like, you're playing the game normally. If you mash the dialogue before you see the character, even if you're failing the game and you fail it the third time, uh, if you keep talking to the person like Stumbler, you'll restart the game even though you failed it for the third time. Actually, now that I think about it, I think you can only do that with Stumbler and Wolf. But anyways, so we do Walter first because we need to kill two friends. His failing his game is the fastest because he also doesn't have any cutscenes. He has a cutscene after you kill him, and that cutscene's insanely short. Thank you. But his layer two is actually the longest, so we don't want to do this layer two. So we want to go to Olive because while Olive isn't the fastest to fail because she has two 1 minute cutscenes, um, her layer two is the fastest of all of them. So we do Walter because he's the fastest to fail, and then we do Olive because her layer two is the fastest to get through. So we want to stop time. So we go to the chest that's all the way at the front. You only have to interact with it once. You don't have to actually the chest over there. You only have to interact with it once. You don't have to actually open the entire thing. But just interact with it once, and that wall become walkthrough. We get up here, and this is the stop time. And the code is 8439. It should open up a tab. I'm on a laptop, so it tabs me out of the game, so I have to close it and then go back in. But after we stop time, so we kill Olive. So just stand still when you're loading into the level, because if you start walking forward, she'll move forward with you, and it takes longer than just standing still and going back and hitting her. So there is actually, if you move around while hitting her, you'll hit her faster. Weirdly enough, um, I think also like if you're slightly inside her model and you slap her, that's also you slap her faster. I'm not the best at it. So we should start her cutscene that's 1 minute long. You can't skip it. And if you're playing on controller like I do, the rumble will be very violent. And by the way, I do not so there's like I think like 10 codes, 10 or more codes for this route. I have them on a sheet of paper in front of me. So I do not expect you to memorize all of them. Like if you do, like you're a god. Like it's like even with a sheet of paper, I'm still like I have to find the code that I'm looking for while I'm walking around playing the game. So I do mess up my codes a lot. Um, and it doesn't help that there's like throughout the entire game, it's like 20 or more codes. So that's fun having to get them all originally. So this is the second 1 minute cutscene. Again, we can't skip it. Um, if there's a way to skip it, I would love it very much. But so the only reason that we do her at all is because her layer 3 is the fastest, and also because it's glitchless, so you need to kill the minimum of 2 friends. Because you can get through just killing 1 friend, but you have to do glitches, and we can't do that in glitchless. So Walter's the fastest to fail, but Olive's layer 2 is the fastest. So uh, like if we were to use Giovanni, like we would lose like 30 seconds. Like um that's how fast she is, or like faster her layer 2 is. We save like 30 seconds or more. So layer 2 I think is on a separate map or like a separate level. So there's this weird thing where you can hold run while you're going through doors and stuff, and you'll still be running, but if you're holding run and you're loading into like a new level, then it won't register that you're running. It thinks that you're walking. So just keep that in mind. This code is 3777. So now here's a shortcut. So I like to start with a jump here, as well, okay, it's a bit late. So essentially what it is, we do a triple jump here, all the way up here. I usually start my first jump up there. Let me see if I can get up there real quick. Okay, so normally how I do it is I do the keypad, so my first jump is here, second jump, and then, well, I ruined it, but you get the idea. You can start the first jump up there, and then the second jump down here, and then as you're in the air for the third jump, you can just do that. Smash you all is 64923. Just run past. And because we're going through doors, like this is the same level, so we're just teleporting, so you can hold run. Um, like you see that, I'm holding run because I'm loading into a new level map, so it didn't register that he's running. So if you find yourself walking instead of running, you just let go of the run and then you know, just hold run again. You don't need the candle. It might be a bit hard to see, but it's easier to see in the plaza without the candle than layer like this layer 3, or like the beginning of layer 3, because the plaza is still layer 3. So Walter's door is to the left. I just do his first because it's this is Olive's. So that button, we just won't talk. We're not going to talk about that. Okay. This code's 4742. There's another code here. It's 9449. There's a button here. Then we go back. Jump off the wall, or bounce off the wall. Button here, and then if you, I'm not really expecting you to. You can kind of get up here during that cutscene while the camera's facing away. It's like even I can't really do it. It's like random. It's like I get close, or sometimes I'm like completely missing it. But you know, you can try to get up there during that small cutscene. So go straight ahead. That's Walter's room. Button there. There's only one code in his room. So we go to the left door first, get to the computer. The computer has the second button. You can hear Walter over there. And then this code is 92. Wait. Again, this is why you have your sheet of paper, 9281. Okay. And go straight. I just got back from a huge break. Okay, give me a break. I don't know why I saved there. It's habit. I just always do that. Okay, so triple jump or wall bounce up here. We call it wall bouncing. It's like on the start you do your 2 jumps, and then when you do the third jump, you have to be right at the wall by the time you do it. So all of the, let's say I'm doing the 3 jumps in a straight line, that distance of the third jump, instead of going straight, because you're hitting the wall as soon as you do that third jump, you'll gain a lot of height upwards. So we call that wall bouncing. Hopefully I didn't just. So the spawning for the oh my god, the dwellers is random. And you have 10 minutes to do this, by the way. This is also, so my first time playing this game, I spent like 2 hours doing task 1, which is what we're doing right now. So how I did it is that, so I made a map, because Stumbler's map is kind of awful. And then I went around, found each computer, and marked it down on my map. And so the way I learned the layout is, so I go to a computer, I put the code in, and then after I put the code in, I'll go in the barrel and look at my map and see where the next one is. But yeah, the dweller spawning is random. Um, if you're playing on the most up to date version of the game, then the dwellers spawn in faster. Because the update was on April Fool's, so it's like an April Fool's joke, which is kind of sick. Um, so that sound effect, I turned the game volume down so you can hear me. So I hope you're able to hear that. So she has like a small audio cue when she starts to look for you, just like radio static, and then you'll hear the whistling noise and you'll see her. So that's Walter spawning. Where is? Oh! Whoa! Please don't, don't. Okay, where's Olive? She's somewhere over there. I don't know where she is. I can hear her. Walter can see you from super far away, and I hate that so much. I'm not even sure if I think he can see above him a bit as well. Where is he? He's okay, so wow, this is perfect. So you saw me through a wall, right? So there's some parts of the wall where he can't see you, like it's like, you know, a functioning wall. But some of the walls he can see through, like I think this area. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. So that piece of wall grating, whatever, that was behind that computer, they can't see through. Oh, this code is 3839. Okay. But then that middle hallway wall part, they can see through. But I don't understand. It doesn't help things. Also, there's random sounds that will play, like, randomly. Um, so, like, sometimes you'll hear Olive's death phone call in here. That's her sound effect. Her looking for you. You want to get in the barrel. And then as soon as she's gone, you can come back out. This code. They can see you through this grating wall thing, by the way. 4639. When they're on the ground floor, they can see you from up there. Or while you're up there. So they can see above you. I don't know how far. They can see above themselves, but I don't know how far above themselves. Walter can see you from super far away. He seems to have the longest range of vision. So this is task 2. Oh great. Okay, small trick. Grab the button. Battery. Oh my god. So just be careful here. Just as you drop it, while while you're walking off, you drop it and then you pick it up again, like while you're in there. Now use. Oh, I'm gonna get caught or see me. No. Alright, so since they're both spawned in, I'm just gonna get caught because I can hear her. She's gonna start looking for me. I think you can actually walk slightly faster than they can. No, okay, never mind. Olive just despawned. 7418. Bucky's mad at you. they do this sound when they despawn, which it sounds like radio static, and then that's them spawning in again. When you get caught, they despawn for a tad bit. Again, the amount of time they despawn and respawn, whatever, is random. Although there is an actual like there's a variable in the code that like says or determines like how often, not how often, but like how much time do they spend inside the plaza. So the reason I didn't hide there is because we want to get caught with the third battery, because as you can tell, it's a pretty long walk back from the last battery. So we want to get caught, preferably by Olive, because she can teleport at random. So because she can teleport to you while looking for you, 9 times out of 10 it would be Olive that would be um, catching you right now. They can't come into the office. I mean, unless they spawn while inside of the office, they can't go in. See, he saw me from down there. The their AI seems to tell them to they want to get the player, so they take the shortest route to the player. They don't take into account that, oh, there's a wall between me and the player. I have to go around the wall. It's like, nah, they don't act like that. So nine that's why 9 times out of 10 they're not gonna enter the office. It'd be like you have to leave the office for them to catch you. But it's not that it's better than walking all the way back to the computer. It's just easy. It's just quicker to get caught. Um, and then yeah, they can spawn during this cutscene. Going so you just get teleported out of bounds. That's where the Skyrim is. It's out of bounds. Um, but you're not going through like an actual cutscene or anything. So they'll still be spawning in and out while you're watching that. They don't. Also, there's like a platform above here, this roof, so the dwellers can spawn out of bounds, and you can see them through clipping through the wall, which is kind of funny. I have a picture of it. This is the demo. Also, forget the split. Um, so I guess as I was saying before, so there is something that tells them how long they stay in the plaza, because there's a video of I think his name's Speedy Lucky. There's a clip of him where he has the third battery, so Olive is looking for him, so he lets her see him, and she teleports directly behind him. But then as soon as she teleports in, she just walks away and de-aggroes, and like she goes through a wall and leaves the plaza. 1917. Like she just completely lost interest in him as soon as she would spawn inside of the plaza. So there's something that determines how long they actually stay in the plaza before being told to despawn. It's random. Um, so yeah. Oh, walk backwards, not forwards. So this is um, I think this is supposed to be inside of the volcano. Or like yeah, it's like the caves that's like underneath the volcano or something. At least that's how I always interpreted it. Um, but right now we're near the end. So quick side note that I kind of forgot about. Um, like it's nothing that important. It's something that you'll be noticing a lot. Um, so when you at the start of the run, we go fail Walter's minigame, but his lights out is random. So sometimes you'll get the lights out right away, and sometimes you won't. So you'll be resetting your run like at the very beginning. I mean, like at the very least, it's the very beginning, but your run will die at the very start with Walter, most likely. But in the event that you're able to get a good lights out and you continue to run, um, your run isn't safe. I mean, your run can die in the plaza if they're just awful to you. But the real place where your run will die is the Husk here, because I think he has 13 spots he can randomly spawn in on the island. Sometimes you'll get a double or triple Husk. I think what happens is that when you interact with a Husk, because the game does calculations faster than, frames faster than we can perceive them. So I think what happens is when you pick up a Husk, the game makes the calculation, the decision to put down the next Husk. And sometimes the second Husk will spawn in the same spot um, as the first one because there's not that many spots. So it's just like, because it's doing all that faster, we can see them. It's like you can get like 2, 3 husks by, you go to pick up a husk. If you keep mashing the button, you might get 2 or 3 if you're very, very lucky. But that's not what kills the run. I mean, it can. Like if you want like a perfect husk run, you need at least 1 or 2 like doubles or like a triple. Um, but what kills the run is how often the dwellers can spawn, because all of them spawn in here. Um, so Giovanni, Olive, Walter, Blot, and Bucky can spawn in. Um, they can spawn in very fast. They can spawn in almost never. Um, and also side note, so there's one husk that can spawn at the very edge of the map. You can barely see it. So if you ever see me, I always kind of stop and look, because so they make sounds when you go near. They have sound effects. So that's Blot. Right away. That's Blot. What the fuck? That's right away. I've never had that happen. Where is he? I don't know whether to get caught or not. I guess, I mean, so as you can see, he runs very fast. He has the same, he acts like Olive, but he's insanely fast as well. So also do the, he'll also look for you, like Olive does in the aspect ratio black bars. And again, he has his own sound effect when he starts looking for you before he shows up. Um, it's like a I don't even know what to describe that noise, but there is a sound cue before you see him um on the sidebars. That doesn't tell you how close he is from you. Um, man, I'm actually like scared. I don't know where you went. Also, side note, sometimes the dwellers can go into locked doors. I don't know why, or I guess I'm just gonna go for it. Fuck it. Ooh, so he didn't. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, just checking. I was gonna say, does if he shows up in the black bars, but you're in the Husk cutscene, does that stop it? I guess I don't know. I'd have to look at the footage again. Because if that stops it, then that's kind of interesting. Um, or I don't even know. I'd have to look if he was in the same room as me, or if he was on the beach or not. But so when you get caught though, um, all of the dwellers or like everyone despawns when you get caught. It's like the plaza. If you get caught in the plaza, they all despawn for a short amount of time. Which is random. Same here. If you get caught during Husk, they'll despawn. Oh my god. They'll despawn for a random amount of time. I'm gonna get caught again. Oh, Blot? Where did Blot come from? I thought he was gone. Does Blot not despawn when you get caught? Oh god, where? Alright, just catch me. Or, okay. I'm learning a lot of things today. Uh, no, he's not there. I have to keep an eye out if Blot's still here or not. Also, so when you get caught, you lose a husk, but the husk will also spawn in a random location, so like it won't stay in the same place. If like you're running to a husk, you get caught and you go back, it'll be in a different spot. Um, so like sometimes I'll get caught. I'm not doing well. I get caught, and then when I go to the beach, it's like I get like a triple husk on the beach, or like the rest of the husks will like spawn on the beach. It's very silly sometimes. I swear to God, if Blot is still like I don't know, there's Bucky and there's Giovanni, there's Walter. I don't know where Walter came from. Because so they run a lot faster in this level compared to Plaza. You can easily outrun them. Oh, where's Bucky? Now I just thought of that. Where's Bucky? Is he in here? No. Okay. But do you remember earlier when I said the triple jump is slightly faster than running? So the dwellers run a lot faster during Husk. So just running regularly is like they'll catch you if you keep running regularly. In the plaza, if you run regularly and they're after you in the plaza, you're running faster than they are. But in this level, if you're running normally, they are faster than you. But if you keep triple jumping everywhere during this level, the only way to be faster than they are is to keep triple jumping like crazy. That's the only way you can outrun them if you want. Um, my God. um, so also, um, yeah, this it's probably like the craziest husk I've ever seen. Um, and they're all not spawning in good locations either. um, oh, also, so okay, so the spooky Bucky will spawn, man. What did I? Was it? Wasn't I just in the theater? Oh, it's right outside. I didn't pass it, did I? Like if I just ran right, if I ran right by it, I would be very mad. Um, right here. Ooh. Yeah, that's a double. I'm glad I was able to get that on this video.
Ask, and you shall receive. Let's take a look at the little mess you've made.
So one thing I also just thought of, also the 4 minute cutscene, but
Connor, look,
so
I'm gonna be honest with you.
you can
I've
see
been
how
playing
it
this for about
during Husk, it's
2 hours
actually
now,
kind of dark and
and I'm not
foggy.
seeing the widespread
So
appeal you've been
I
promising
had
us.
so in this video I
It's,
have the game volume down a
well, to
bit.
be honest with you,
So
it's clunky.
but so
I don't know
usually
what I'm
during
doing.
Husk I have the
The
volume way
characters who you
up
promised would have depth
because
and
you can
life,
hear them
they are
you can hear
just
the Husks
flat.
from kind of
I thought
far
that's the
away.
entire point of a
The only
creating game.
exception
What?
is the
Look over
Husk at the
shoulder, Connor.
very
That's what I'm trying to
edge
say.
of the
The
beach.
company is
He's
meant to
too
be
far
forging new
away
frontiers,
to
and
hear
to be
from
frank,
the
after
top
what
of the
happened at
beach.
Studio Grounds,
He's like the
I
only
really don't think
Husk
this is
that you
gonna
have to
be
actually like
anything. It's
physically
not
like
going to be
look. You can't
anything in the
really
same
hear him
tier as our
unless you're
movies,
like
our porn,
further up the
anything.
beach.
And I really hate to say this because I know for a fact you and your
So I
team put a
always
lot
have
of
the
work into
volume
this game,
cranked
but
up during Husk
I just don't know if it's worth
because it's
continuing to
dark and
sink money
foggy.
into.
Um,
Sink money
it's
into.
easier to
Mark,
hear
this is
him.
our
Also, if you have
job.
stereo
You've had us
headphones, if you have
working on
mono
this for 2
headphones, then it
years,
won't
and now
work. But
suddenly it's an issue?
if I hear
Yes,
Husk
it's been
to
2 years,
my
and
left
in those two
earphone
years, you've only
or
sat me
left
down now and
headphone,
showed
then
me
I
the
know,
actual
oh, there's a
fucking game.
Husk to the left of
So,
me.
what can we do
You
to
know.
fix it?
No, Liz.
So
This isn't
that's
a fix
how
the
I get
game
through
issue.
Husk
It's a
normally. I run
fix your
around
perspective
and I
issue.
mainly
Mark,
depend on
you are
sound.
sitting in front of some of the
Um,
greatest technology of the decade, and you're gonna brush it off?
Connor, I'm not brushing anything off.
but
I'm
yeah,
just trying to understand where this.
I'm sorry to
I
say
never
it,
had a Husk
but
that
it's true.
crazy.
It's not that we've made a bad game.
Husk is the
We've
run
all
killer.
exceeded the industry standard. What
If you
we're
don't
having a
get
hard time
at least
passing is
one
your thick
double or
skull and...
triple,
Connor, stop.
um,
Look, I'm so sorry about him.
that and
He's
also
under a
with
lot
the
of
Is it sorry?
spawning and who
Is it
spawns, by
not
the
worth
way.
it anymore because you're trying to
Because
treat
Blot is
her
so fast
dead?
and he can look for
What?
you like Olive
Yeah,
does. He's
I
kind of
should.
very
What are you bringing her
like
into this for?
Because I
unpredictable.
bet that's what you're gonna do. You
And
can't
like
keep running
hard
our
to
stupid
it's
little
hard
war.
to
Gotta buy her a
go
bathing
around the
suit.
island without him seeing you
Unbelievable.
because
Mark. Look,
he can do a lot more
I
stuff.
I'm really
Bucky can
sorry.
open tabs when he
Liz, you're
sees you.
fine, okay?
So
But I want you to know that we
whenever
are
I
done
die to him, it's
professionally.
normally
Right?
because
I don't want to work
I'm on a
with any of you
laptop. So when
guys
the
again.
game opens a
And quite
tab, it
frankly, I don't
tabs
want to
me
see you
out of
guys
the
touch the
game.
property.
So I have
Anything.
to
Am
use
I
my
clear?
mouse pad to like close the
Y-
window and then go back into the
yes,
game.
Mark.
So Bucky will open
You
multiple
can
tabs
go
if he
now.
sees you. So that's usually
No.
how I die to him.
No.
So just avoid
Because
Bucky
first
at
of
all
all, I want our
costs.
equipment back.
Um,
You can go now! You can go! Leave!
Usually
Take a seat closer.
if I have more
Lay a
than
fucking
one
hand on me.
dweller
You lay one
running
hand on me, I'm
around,
gonna make sure you stay in jail for a
um,
real long fucking time.
I just go around
Huh?
looking for husks like
Who are they gonna
usual, and
believe?
if one
You?
sees me, then I usually get
You
caught. There's
are
like a couple
nothing.
times where like for some reason I
I
just
will
keep
be
running
taking my
around
leave
looking
now.
for a husk. I don't know
Good
why.
luck in your future
Um,
endeavors. I expect the office to be cleared by next week. Do not contact me again.
and by the way, I have a split just for this cutscene because this cutscene is so damn long. Um, so that's why. So that's husks. That's it. Walter. It's the start of the run is the run killer, but Husk is the real run killer. Like within the first 2 minutes, you'll know if your run's dead or not. Um, it's kind of fun. So now it's easy. You can run and jump, by the way, during this, so it's slightly faster than just walking to your doom. And then that's the end. Um, but yeah, so that's glitchless. If you're thinking about running glitchless, or if you're like stuck in the game, like playing it casually, and you just want to beat the game, but you don't really want to break the game either. Um, yeah, glitchless. If you're, you might, you might notice we skipped the sewer. It's like you don't have to go through the sewer at all because the sewer, you go through the sewer to get Codebreaker, and Codebreaker gives you more codes for the aquarium, which is like yeah, the place after the demo. Um, where the elevator goes to. But like we already have the codes, so we have no reason to go get Codebreaker because we already have like have all the codes written down on a piece of paper and keep it with you because you're not gonna memorize any of them. If you can, then you have my respect. But yeah, that's glitchless, true ending. Um, yeah, I hope my mic quality or like you can hear my voice and it doesn't sound that bad. I don't really record that often. I was taking a break after I'm mainly an artist, so I did my animation like 3 weeks ago, and I took kind of a break because like after going through that, I had a little bit of an art block, so I got kind of distracted. But now, usually if I'm not playing this game or any other game, then I'm drawing. That takes a bit of time, but so yeah, it means a lot that everyone watches my videos, like just watches them at all. This game's a really fun game. Um, it took me like a solid week to beat the game casually, and now for glitchless, you can beat the game in like 24 minutes. If you use glitches, fast as possible, I think it's like 12 minutes now, or like less than 12 minutes. Um, and like when I beat the game the first time, it took me a solid week. And that was like when the game came out. There was like no guides or anything. I had to figure everything out myself, and it was, I mean, it's such a trip. Um, but I can see why some people, you know, find it really tiring and not the best game ever. Um, but it really took me back to because I played old games from that era. So like games in 1997, like Nintendo 64 and PS1 games, is like those games were pretty cryptic. There's no guides. You had to draw your own maps and make your own notes, um, on pen and paper. Like games didn't really handhold you. So this game is like a true testament to that. It really is pretty authentic, to that experience, that I had as a kid, during that era. So yeah. Also, one side note, this is for New Game Plus. So if you beat the game and sit through the credits, you'll get this screen. So this is how you know that you're good for New Game Plus. So you just, you know, go to the menu, just let the game return to the menu naturally. And then once you're back here, start a new game. And then when you go through the entrance door to the plaza, it will take you to the exit door of the plaza. If you go through that door, it takes you out of the elevator of the demo, and you'll go straight to Husk. Um, so that's New Game Plus. So when you beat the game has a bunch of like checkpoints, you know, flagged or like marked. Like it keeps track of your progress. So when you beat the game and go back to the main menu, like naturally, it doesn't wipe the checkpoints. If you want to wipe the checkpoints, you have to like turn the game off and on, manually. So if you want to, skip the game really and do the silly skip and skip Plaza and skip the demo, you have to beat the game normally and then play it again. I've had a couple people get confused with that, um, so yeah. Um, but anyways, thank you for hearing me ramble for a bit. Um, I had fun doing this run. It's very interesting. I had a lot of fun with it. And that's really all that matters. As long as you're having fun with the game, that's the most important thing about it. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day.